Story 1: The Last Frame. In 2011, a young hiker named Daniel set off alone into the Scottish Highlands with his DSLR. He planned to take landscape shots for his portfolio and promised friends he'd be back within 3 days. When he didn't return, search teams combed the area for over a week. Eventually, they found his backpack wedged between rocks near a river. Inside was his camera, still intact. The photos told a normal story at first: rolling hills, distant deer, close-ups of moss on stones. Then, halfway through the memory card, things changed. There were a series of shots taken at night, lit only by the camera's flash. The first showed Daniel in his tent, smiling into the lens. The second was of the same tent from outside, as though someone else had taken it. The final photo was blurry but horrifying. Daniel's face frozen in terror, his mouth open mid-scream, as a pale hand reached from behind him. No trace of him was ever found. The camera had no fingerprints except his own. Story 2: The School CCTV. In 2018, a secondary school in Manchester installed new CCTV cameras after a spate of vandalism. One night, the motion sensors tripped at 2:17 a.m. The footage showed an empty hallway lit by dim emergency lighting. At first, nothing happened, just still air and silence. Then a locker door swung open on its own. Another followed, then another, until the sound of metal slamming echoed down the corridor. The footage flickered, and for a single frame, a tall, thin figure appeared at the far end of the hall. It had no face, its head smooth and featureless. The next frame, it was gone. When staff arrived the next morning, they found all the lockers wide open, and every single item inside was stacked neatly in the middle of the floor. The head teacher refused to release the video publicly, but several staff members who had seen it said the figure wasn't standing still. It was leaning forward, as if it had been walking towards the camera. Story 3: The Baby Monitor. In 2016, new parents Claire and Michael set up a Wi-Fi baby monitor to keep an eye on their 6-month-old daughter. One night, around 3 a.m., Claire woke to the sound of faint static from the monitor. She rolled over and glanced at the screen and froze. There was someone standing over the cot. It wasn't Michael, he was asleep beside her. The figure was bent over their daughter, its long hair hanging down, obscuring its face. It didn't move for nearly a full minute. Then, slowly, it turned its head towards the camera. Claire screamed and shook Michael awake. He ran into the nursery, but the room was empty and the window was locked from the inside. The next day, they checked the monitor's logs and found something even more disturbing. At 2:54 a.m., the camera had been remotely accessed from an unknown IP address, one registered hundreds of miles away. They sold the monitor the same week. Story 4: The Urban Explorer's Video. A YouTuber known for exploring abandoned buildings uploaded a video in 2020 that was taken down within hours. Those who saw it before its removal still talk about it on forums. In the footage, the YouTuber, using the alias Mike X, was exploring an old factory on the outskirts of London. The building was pitch black inside, and his torch beam caught rusted machinery, shattered glass, and graffiti. Halfway through, he found a door that had been nailed shut. He pried it open and discovered a set of stairs leading down into the basement. The basement was flooded ankle deep, the water murky and cold. As he panned the torch across the space, something moved in the shadows, too fast for him to catch. He called out, thinking it might be an animal, but the movement came again, closer this time. The final 30 seconds of the video are the most unsettling. Mike's torch falls into the water, plunging the screen into darkness. There's a splash, then a low, guttural breathing sound. The camera tilts just enough to catch a figure crawling towards him, not walking but crawling on all fours, its joints bending the wrong way. Then the feed cuts out. Mike's channel was deleted shortly after, and no one has been able to confirm if he's still alive. Story 5: The Live Stream. In 2019, a gamer named Lewis was live streaming to a small audience, late one night. His webcam showed him at his desk, headset on, chatting with viewers while playing. At around 1:40 a.m., viewers began commenting on something moving in the background. At first, Lewis laughed it off, thinking it was a prank. But then he glanced over his shoulder and froze. The webcam caught it clearly, a tall figure standing just inside his bedroom door, partially hidden in shadow. Its head was tilted at an unnatural angle, and its arms hung limp. Louis swore loudly, spun his chair round, and jumped up, but the doorway was empty. He sat back down, trying to laugh it off. Then, without warning, his screen flickered, and his stream cut to static. When the stream resumed a few seconds later, Louis was gone. The room was empty. The stream stayed live for another 2 hours, showing only the silent, unmoving bedroom. Then it shut off on its own. Louis never posted again. Final thoughts. Some horrors are never meant to be captured, yet cameras seem to catch them anyway, moments between the living and something else entirely. Whether these are tricks of the light, glitches in the feed, or glimpses of something we're not meant to see, one thing is certain. Once you've seen them, you can't unsee them. If you find yourself watching a video that feels wrong, close it. Some things, once recorded, have a way of watching you back.